It is time for the next block of the fireworks finale. Sew along.
It's going to be great. So Audra and Bonnie, take it away.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the fireworks finale. Sew along. I'm Audra from Sew Dreamy Studio.
I'm Bonnie.
And today we are sewing month 4, the square knot block. This block is truly a knot in fabric form. The real difference here this month is we're actually making the same block twice and they are mirroring each other. Pretty straightforward. It's just going to be making sure we have everything laid out as it's supposed to be.
Refer to the gather section on your pattern. If you organize like we suggested in the beginning, just grab bag 4.
You can see by looking at the table that we've done some prep work here. Here are your completed square knot blocks that mirror each other. And so these are what our final piece will look like. And what we've done here is we've started sewing some of your sections. Ultimately, we are making 4 different types of blocks that are perfect mirrors of one another. What you'll need, and refer to your pattern, is a fabric A and background squares by 2.5 inch by 4.5 inch. And then you will need 2.5 inch squares of fabric B and your background squares. We'll be marking the back of our 2.5 inch squares on a diagonal from corner to corner. We've done this in the past few months. We've gotten used to marking our fabrics, and we are going to lay them on our rectangles per the pattern. So you'll see here, we've got the finished and we've got the in process. And we want to make sure those mirror each other. And mind you, that you will have quite a few more of these. We're just going to be showing you the completed individual blocks. So I am going to have my mom sew each of these 4 together. Do you want a pin or are you good? I'm good. This is where those diagonal lines come in handy because we almost sewed the opposite direction.
So it's important to refer to your diagonal lines, not just assume you know what you're doing.
I gotta say, when I see like marked diagonal lines, I always am like, really, do I have to? But yes, we really, really have to.
Especially when they change directions so many times like they do in this pattern.
Oh, good thing I didn't say that.
Cut those apart.
So what we'll do from here is we will be trimming off the excess fabric, leaving 1/4 inch on either side.
Got that scissors? Oops, sorry.
Nope, you're good.
We're going to try this from the other direction.
And then we will be pressing it towards the corners. And I will say, especially if you have completed blocks nearby, be hyper aware so you don't cut into the completed blocks. Okay, those can all go in the bin. And we are going to press all of these towards the corners. I looked over and I was like, wait, we're missing some. And I'm like, oh wait, we already pre-sewed all of them. Okay. So what we do from here is we're going to look at, make sure to refer to your pattern for all the illustrations. Just always, always double check yourself. It's the adage, you know, measure once, measure twice, cut once. I also say like arrange twice, sew once, because ultimately I have misarranged things many times. So what you're going to have is what we will call, these are called your A units because the dominant fabric is this darker A unit. And then you have your B units because it's got your red B in it. So what you will have is 1A and 1B in each one. They will just be mirrored. So we have our A units, our B units, and then we have our mirrored A and our mirrored B units. And these are all laid out in your pattern accordingly. The way we will put these together is by putting an A unit on top of a B unit. And this is how we will sew all of these together. And I am going to start passing these to my mom to do so. So there's that guy. The power of this pattern exists in its layout. It's so beautifully simple in its construction. And so for the mirrored ones, we are doing, oh, here you go. We are doing the same thing with the A units on top of the B units. And as you can see, chain piecing is absolutely your friend. And once she's done with those, I'll pull those off and we will press these seams open. Once you've done that fourth one, Mom, give it to me and I'll start arranging, or I'll start pressing. Awesome. All right. So if you want to start sewing those two, you can. And again, we're pressing these seams open. Like I said, this pattern, this whole pattern, you're gonna love to press seams open. All right. So what you can see here is we have our A unit ready to go. So we're going to arrange our A unit, and you can look at the diagram and the pattern, or you can also look here at our table. But I am arranging this in a way that gets the square knot. And really a good way to cheat this is just make sure the big background star is, or big background square is right in the middle. So let's think about a star, and then you're looking right towards the beautiful dark sky by looking in that center. So now that we've got these laid out, I think we're just going to assemble the A unit, not the mirror, or the main unit, not the mirrored unit, because we have our other mirrored unit here that we can show you. So if you want to sew that together, Mom, and then also sew this together.
You got it the way you want it?
Yep, I do.
Here?
Yep. So while she is sewing those, starting to get that block assembled, I am going to press these open. We aren't going to do a finished assembly on the mirrored block, but I'm at least going to lay it out so you can see it. And similar to last month, you're going to see this is where those pinwheels are going to start to come into play, because we will be having an assembled unit coming out of month 4 as well. And then, Mom, I will press those open, and then you can assemble those rows as well. Okay, so now we're going to assemble these rows one on top of the other to create that first block. And then again, going back to a trick I mentioned a couple blocks ago, pinning in the center first. And then I also on this one will go over to the side and just take a look and make sure everything's lined up right. All right. I am going to lay this one out so you can at least see it. All right. All right, again, we're going to press this open. So what I kind of do when I press my seams open, I don't know if there's a better trick for it, but I kind of go in and finger press it down first.
Yeah, that's what
And then
I do.
and then go back with my iron. Just somehow makes it feel easier. Okay, alrighty. So we have now our main and then our mirrored square knot units. So how this is going to go from here, well, you know what? First, I'll show you my Scrappy version. So what we'll do is you can see how these are assembled. Again, your diagram and your illustrations and your pattern are so super helpful for this. But you can see we've got 2 of each. This one to be assembled by Mom later in her months. But we will take these away and I will grab my Scrappy version of this block. And my Scrappy version, again, as you guys have seen over the months, I've got the white background for mine. I still have the darker red with the lighter red, but then with the much lighter background. Then what's going to happen here, Mom, do you want to get your pinwheels and I will get mine?
So mine here, I think.
And again, I'm going to refer to my incredibly well-written pattern. So we have the mirrored versions. And if you remember back in month 2, we had the mirrored JK and KJ units. That's where these are going to come into play. So make sure when you're laying out this assembled unit that you have your correct unit for the orientation of the square knot. So when we look at this square knot, which is actually the mirrored square knot. Actually, you know what we're gonna. So for both of these, we put the FK unit on the side. You want to put yours up there in that one? Yep. So it'll look like that. And then you will be putting the JK unit. Is that right?
We interrupt this program for an important service announcement.
Full disclosure, we had to stop for a second and kind of reorient ourselves. And this is where the fabric key comes in so handy. Because when you have mirrored units, sometimes it can get a little confusing.
Yep.
So we had to pause, reset, talk ourselves through it. So we're back and we're going to get this right. We have our square knots. We have the main unit and the mirrored unit. And then the way it comes together is you're going to take your pinwheel units, your FK pinwheel unit, your JK and your KJ pinwheel units from month 2, and we attach them. All of this is laid out in your pattern, so don't worry about remembering any of those letters. I'm just telling you for those who learn that way. You'll see here, we're just going to kind of show you how they lay out. So this is the fabric pack version. You can see we have the FK pinwheel unit to the left of the main square knot, and then the JK unit on top. You will put the top on first and then attach the side. And then conversely, for your second KJ or FK unit, you'll put it over here and do the same thing. So you'll have those units coming out of here just like that. And same with mine. You'll see we've got that same long unit and then those same JK and KJ units. I swear these 2 units, I get mixed up so much. So again, fabric key is so important. But you will assemble these and it's going to look absolutely beautiful.
And I just can't stress enough to refer to the layout in your pattern and look at it once, lay it out, look at it again, and then look at it again before you sew it, because it's so easy to get confused, but it looks so fabulous when it's done.
My final point I'm also going to say too is, this is your quilt. So if you assemble it and you get it back from the long armor, or you finish your quilt top and you realize that you maybe swapped these 2 blocks, I promise the world will not end. All right. Well, we would love for you to post all of your progress in the Quilt and Stitch America 250 Facebook group. I will also be posting my progress on my Instagram at So Dreamy. And thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you in month 5, which is...
Ooh, I forgot.
It's the Whirligig Star.
Okay.
So month 5, we'll be making the Whirligig Star, and it's going to be great. And we look forward to seeing you there. Happy sewing.